Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to create a RESTful API in ASP.NET 7.0 in 5 steps. If you are new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right now to stay tuned. Let's get started with step 1. In this project, I'm gonna use ASP.NET Core Web API. Hit next. I'm gonna give it a name. Let's say product API. Then hit next. I'm gonna use .NET 7.0, but you can also use .NET 6.0 and hit create. Alright, so this is our solution, and if we see, we have a controller which is weather forecast controller, which we don't need, we can delete it, and also the model weather forecast. Okay, now let's create a couple of folders. Data and models. Let's build the solution. So far so good. Alright, now step 2, creating our model. So right click on the models, add a new class, and I'm gonna give the class name as product. Okay, I'm gonna create few properties. Let's say ID, this is gonna be product ID, and string type name, type decimal type price. Okay, so this is our model. Now step 3, setting up our data context. Right click on the data, add a new class. Let's give it a name, product db context, and we are going to inherit it from db context. So at this moment we do not have entity framework yet, so we need to install the entity framework NuGet package. Right click on the dependencies, manage NuGet packages, browse. Make sure you are selecting NuGet.org as a package source. We're gonna use entity framework. Alright, now let's go back to the product db context, control dot. Now we can import the namespace, which is this one. Okay, first of all we need to create the constructor, and as a parameter we can take the options. So public product db context, and db context options product db context, right? And we can pass the option to the base class since we are inheriting from db context. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a public DB set of type product. So public DB set product, and let's give it a name, products. So we need to import the namespace of the model. Perfect. Let's build it. Looks great so far. Step 4, configure the database, right? First of all, I would like to add the entity framework in memory NuGet package. Okay, then let's go ahead into the program.cs file and call the builder .services, then add db context, of type product db context, right? And then we're gonna pass the options such as option dot use in memory database, and let's give it a name, product db. So in this example, we're going to use in memory database. As soon as we launch the application, a new in memory database with the name product db will get created. So let's build it. Looks great. Now step 5, creating controller, and we can test the controllers, right? So right click on the controller, add a new controller. We can select from the API controller, add, we can give it a name, let's say product controller. Okay, now let's create the constructor. So ctor, and we are gonna add product db context as a parameter, which is gonna be product db context, which will be provided by the dependency injection. Okay, then also add a private read-only context. So it's gonna be private read-only product db context. Yep, so you can assign the context equal product db context. Okay, so far so good. Let's build it and let's run the solution and see how it looks like. So far so good. No operations defined yet. Now let's create few methods. First of all, I would like to create the get method, which will return public async task of iaction result. Let's say get all. We're gonna get all the products available in the database, right? So what we have to do, we can call a product variable context to list async method if products equal null, we're gonna return not found, otherwise return products. Okay, and I need to use await here since we are using asynchronous method. Let's give it a try. Okay, try it out, hit execute. Looks good. We do not have any product in our database and response code is 200. Looks good. Now let's create the post method. Okay, and the post method name's gonna be, let's say, add, and we wanna pass the product as a parameter in the body. So this is gonna be like context dot products dot add async and the product, and context dot save changes async, right? And this is gonna be await, and finally return okay with the product. Oops. So what else? It's complaining, we need to await here. Let's give it a test. Post, let's say product ID equal 1, name is t-shirt, type is like garments product, and price is 9.99. Hit execute and we get 200 response code, and also we see the product has been created. And now if we execute the get all method, we should see that product is available in the array, right? And if we add more products, let's say we want to add product 2, let's give it a name iPhone Pro Max, right? And this is gonna be mobile, and price is gonna be $14.99. Hit execute. Okay, product has been created. Now execute get all. We can see both the products are returning from the get all methods. Looks good so far. Now we can create the delete method or maybe update. Let's say http put and public async task iaction result, give it a name update. So we are gonna pass the product and first of all would like to see if the product is available or not in the database, right? Let's set product equal await context products find. We have to provide the ID. Either we can get it from the product or we can pass the ID here, like ID as a separate parameter. So it's gonna be ID. Okay. So if product is null, then we're returning not found, right? Otherwise we can update the product. So this is our new product. Okay, so what we have to do, if the product is available, we can simply update the product dot name equal new product dot name type price, right? Then we can call await context dot save changes. Finally, we can return the product. All right, so this is our update method, and we can also create HTTP delete method. Similarly, async task action result delete, and we're gonna pass ID as a parameter. So what we need, first of all, we need to check if the product is available or not, right? Await context the products find async. Okay, if product is not available, return not found. If the product is available, what we can do, we can call the context products remove, then product. Finally, await context dot save changes, and we can return only OK, or also we can return with the product. Right, and we also need another get method by the product ID. So what I can do, can create HTTP get public async task of action result get by ID, integer ID. So what I can do, we can search the database to see if the product is available or not, right? Products find async ID. If product is not available, return not found. Otherwise, return OK products. Product, right? So these are the all methods I was planning to create. Let's give it a test. Okay, we have an error, and if we build the solution looks good. So the error is because we have two get method, but we did not specify any route. So what we can do for now, we can specify the route for this one. Let's say we're gonna have ID param here. Now let's run. Looks great. So it's gonna be product slash ID. Okay, so at first I would like to post the product ID 1 t-shirt garments type 10.99, hit execute, and one more product, let's say product ID 2. This is gonna be iPhone 14 Pro, type is mobile, and let's say 13.99, execute, also has been executed. Get all the products, we can see all the products here. We have two products available. Now I would like to update the price of this product, the product ID 2. So what we can do, we can use the put method, right? So we have to provide the ID, that is the product ID, and this is gonna be what is the product? It was iPhone. So we can copy actually this whole body here and paste it here. So we would like to update only the price. Let's say price is now $12.49, right? Hit execute, has been updated. Now execute again, get all. We can see now price has been updated. Okay, so that was done. Now we can see we have the API slash product slash ID. So we can get product by ID. Let's put the ID 2, which is the iPhone 14 Pro, right? Let's say we put a separate different ID which does not exist. Then we should see 404, which is not found, right? So that is working as expected. And if we provide 1, we see the product ID 1 is available. Now let's put the delete method. We want to delete the product ID 1. If we hit execute, the product ID 1 has been deleted. So now if we execute the get all products, we see we have only one product available, right? One more thing, if we don't like to use route, here we can also specify the route here, like action. Then we can see all the method names are available, like get all method, add method, update, delete, or get by ID, right? I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you are looking for the source code of the project, make sure to check out the link to the GitHub repository in the description below. Thank you so much.